Shri Matre Namaha, everyone. I welcome you back to my channel, Journey to Inner Light with Shri. Before I start this third episode of the Power series, I would like to bow down to the divinity within each of you, and I offer my humble prayers to my entire Guru Mandala, and I request them to guide and lead me through this session. In this video, I will be diving into something deeply spiritual, yet beautifully simple: the power of food. How every meal we eat becomes a form of divine grace, and how all our sensory inputs, what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, shape our energy every single day. At the heart of this entire experience is Devi Annapurna, the goddess of nourishment. In our modern world, food is often reduced to calories, macros, and convenience. But as per our ancient Vedic wisdom, food is prana, the life force. Every grain, every fruit, every morsel contains the sunlight that nourished it, the water that cooled it, the earth that held it, the air that carried it, and the space that allowed it to grow. Food, therefore, is combined energies of all the five main elements of space, air, fire, water, and earth, also called as the Pancha Mahabhutas, which make up this universe. This is why in Vedic tradition we say Annam Brahma, food is divine. So how does food link to Devi Annapurna? Let me tell you the story about her as referenced in the Shiva Purana. Once, Lord Shiva and Devi Parvati were having a philosophical discussion. Shiva, as the Adi Yogi, absorbed in his idea of detachment, declared that the world is nothing but an illusion, Maya. Even the food is not real. When Devi Parvati heard this, she became deeply concerned, because if food is dismissed as unreal, then all acts of sustaining life will lose their sacred significance. Parvati knew that without nourishment, even spiritual pursuits and ultimately even moksha, which is salvation, is impossible. So she decided to reveal to Shiva and to all beings the supreme truth about nourishment. Quietly, Devi Parvati withdrew her presence as Annapurna, who is the cosmic provider of food. Instantly, crops stopped growing, lands became barren, rivers began to dry, hunger spread across the earth. Even the gods in heaven felt deprived and weak. The entire cosmos experienced a deep famine. As hunger spread everywhere, even Shiva felt the impact as his devotees were crying out to him for help. Seeing that all beings were suffering, he realized that food is not an illusion. Food is the very basis of life. Without Shakti's nourishment, nothing, not even his own meditation, can continue. Only then he understood the depth of Parvati's power as Annapurna. He approached her, humbled and full of devotion. Devi Parvati, in the meantime, had taken the form of Annapurneshwari in Kashi, which is current-day Varanasi, where she sat as Vishalakshi, with a golden pot filled with food and a ladle in her hand, radiating abundance. Shiva went to her with an empty bowl, asking for alms. He bowed down and said, "O Mother, without you I cannot sustain even for one moment. You are the giver of nourishment to the universe. In your absence, even God is powerless." Moved by his humility, Devi smiled and offered him food with her own hands. After Shiva acknowledged the importance of food, Devi then restored abundance to the world. This story, therefore, shows us that this entire universe is balanced by Shiva, who represents awareness, and Shakti, who represents nourishment, both at a physical and spiritual level. And together, their harmony nourishes all beings. At this point, I would like to call out that in our Vedic philosophy, what you eat is only part of your nourishment. Everything that you take in through your five sensory organs is also deemed as anna. This means that what you see becomes food for your mind, what you hear becomes food for your emotions, What you smell and taste shape your memories. What you touch shapes your energy field. And even your thoughts become subtle food for your soul. Some simple but powerful ways that you can invoke her energy in your daily lives. Cook with the intention that the food should nourish all who eat it. Offer your gratitude to the divine and to the makers of your food, your mother, your husband, your cook, before you take the first bite. Choose pure and sattvic sensory inputs, as all these are forms of subtle nourishment for your soul. Watch only media and content that uplifts you. Listen to what calms you. Speak words that heal. Surround yourself with beauty. And finally, feed someone, even a bird. This simple act of feeding itself aligns you to Devi Annapurna's frequencies. Here, I would like to recognize, thank, and do a massive shout out to all the wonderful food donation charities out there in the world who are working tirelessly to feed people who are less fortunate than us and those in need. In London, we have a wonderful charity called Food for All, which provides hot vegetarian and vegan food in London and Essex, and they welcome volunteers and any food provisions. Please feel free to get in touch with them. I will share the details of their Instagram handle in the description box below. In closing, we have learned today that Devi Annapurna lives not just in our food, but in our breath, our senses, and in our experiences. Every meal is her blessing. Every sight, sound, touch, and smell is her nourishment. Every moment of safety, warmth, and comfort is her presence. When you understand this, your entire life becomes an offering, and your entire being becomes nourished from both inside and out. That was it for today. I hope you have learned a new perspective which will help you in your own journey to inner light. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Love and light, Shri.